Media 98.9.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea with your faves Kevon and Azem featuring Jade, Gwyneth Johnson. And it is Thursday, April 22nd, and the time is 8:02 a.m.
You know, you make Azem ask me if my middle name is Gwyneth.
Is it not?
It is no.
Exactly.
Good morning.
You know what we want then, Kevon? Why doesn't she enlighten us as to what her...
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to just call me Gwyneth.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
court adjourned.
Thought so.
The other two, well, Gwyneth isn't a bad name, but the other two very, I don't know what my mother was going through. But she started off great, and then she just went...
Downhill. So,
I have all old women name.
So your mom,
think-
your mom gave you all your names? Your dad didn't give you any?
Not to my knowledge. I shall ask him. As a matter of fact, let me message him now. And find out.
he's responsible for Gwyneth, I'm sure.
Funny.
Yeah.
Morning, Daddy. Did you give me any of my names? I know Mommy gave me my first one. Did you give me any? I need to know so I can tell the people on the show.
She probably be like, wait, you got other names beside Jade?
Yeah. No, he knows. He showed me them, and I was like, why would you let her do this?
That's why he just be like, that's why
didn't feel
anytime he
like-
needs you, he just be like, Gwen!
Anybody see me on the word, I call me Gwen. Right?
Gwen.
Gwen. Gwen. That's funny.
Oh boy.
It is Thursday, Azem.
It is. It is.
Kevon, how is your Thursday going? I know it just started. No, like, your space
Yeah.
day start way earlier than ours.
Mm-hmm.
Started a long time ago, but it is going okay. Yeah, it's going okay. Can't complain.
Is that? That's good.
I don't even
We
know
have.
if
I just wait.
that.
Honestly, I just
My dad
waiting
said he
to
didn't
hear
name me.
the gear. I just waiting for the gear that Azem have to grind. Honestly.
Oh, yeah, he does
'cause
have a grade. I get a grade.
I know make him postpone it earlier this week. So
But yeah, Daddy said the only thing he gave me was my last name.
Gwyneth.
Oh boy. Well,
Aye.
different strokes for different folks.
Good job, Laverne. Good job.
Big up Laverne one time. It's ain't so long.
She did,
Jade
man.
Gwenny Gwen Johnson.
Jade Gwenny Gwen.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
dear. Azem, what bother you this week?
Well, it's something that we talk about on the show and before. And
Which one? Which one of the things?
yeah, and the thing is, it came up because I can't even remember what it was we were talking about, and I was about to make the
Really?
point, and I was like, no, I'm gonna save it.
I think I wasn't here. I think it was on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I
It was
know-
on. It was on Tuesday.
Because I was like, no, we have a day for that.
But it has to do with the fact that in 2021, there's still so many government institutions that are writing down things in books. Jade, walk out. Jade can't deal with the stress.
Wait till I talk to you.
Look, okay, but look at it. Look at it, right?
I went tired talk to her.
So think about it. I'll give you the exact situation that happened that caused me to just like
You
it
mean
just
all?
it triggered me. It triggered me, all right?
As it should.
So there's this. So I carried an elderly lady to the hospital about, let's say 2 weeks ago. It wasn't quite 2 weeks, but let's say 2 weeks ago. All right. She, well, we ain't gonna talk about the amount of time that she spent waiting for service. I mean, talk about that. To the end of the day for that. To the end of the
I
day.
mean, it is
for that.
technically because
Okay.
yeah.
No, but we'll if we
Let's
got
keep it up.
yeah, yeah. So we got there. She goes to triage, gives all the information. XYZ, what medication she's taking, what seems to be the problem, address, like all the background information and stuff that's taken by the nurse, no problem. After not feeling well again, she goes back to the hospital again, less than 2 weeks later. And I have to steady her before getting treatment to give all the information
Again?
again. Now this old lady, she in pain, and before she could get treated, before she could get examined, anything, is like, what medication you taking? The same ones I were taking 2 weeks ago.
That you wrote down.
You
That-
mean the same ones that they don't have a record of because the record is now in a stack of papers in a room that nobody does go in?
Catching
Bro,
dust?
the question's supposed to be, hi, what's your name? What seems to be the problem? Have you been here before?
Yeah.
What about that? What about that? What about that? You see,
That's what I would say.
you see how
That's what I would say personally if I was them. But me and them, so.
boy.
And I said this all the time. The institutions, I think the two primary institutions that need to implement a digital database ASAP is the hospital, because then appointments and history of patients can not only be accessed anywhere in the hospital, but it is saved somewhere where if a fire has to break out, it is still accessible. And two, the police department, because why is it when you have to go this place to pay this and then they have to wait to pay that? You have
Bro.
to wait to
So
get
when
Bro.
you
the
go
papers
down, go
and
buy a stamp down the post office.
Oh, wait.
then what?
Wait, Jade,
Like-
before you even reach
and
by the
on top
post
of that-
office. Wait, hold on there.
keep
Hold on
going.
there. Y'all ever just wonder why the police still using typewriters?
Like, I
Where you
understand
in?
that
Where you
St.
in,
loves
Azem?
old, or I
This can't be
understand St.
2021.
loves to do things old and traditional,
What?
but at some point you need to understand, we need to be realistic with ourselves and understand it's ridiculous.
I got one up you, Azem.
Like,
Oh boy.
Kevon, I got one up, Azem. He talking about typewriters. Go for your birth certificate.
Oh
No, go for your birth certificate.
no,
you know, the
man.
thing,
Let them
you
write
know,
it
you know
out.
what's funny?
It's a good cursive.
I saw one of my friends in Dominica sent me a birth certificate, and I was like, "This is your birth certificate? It looks like a certificate, like not a piece of paper with some cursive writing on it that they jammy because they have."
Bruh.
Like,
What are we doing?
why?
We in 2021,
Honestly, right?
computers
If-
exist.
If these things aren't, yes, they worked
Wow.
when they worked at the time they were implemented. However, they don't work anymore.
Sir,
To take that document somewhere globally, it is laughable.
they literally think
It
we
is-
forge it. Why would
It
we
is
have
a
present them a
long piece of
written?
paper with cursive writing on it that is crammed into some tiny boxes.
Bro,
And then
like,
they still got to go flip through the whole
bro,
book
wa-
to
watch
find
it,
it.
right? I am convinced that book guy in asbestos, eh? Like,
Every time they take it up, you just see a puff of dust.
yo,
all the
Like,
history.
you know those movies when somebody going treasure hunting and they find the book and they got to blow off the dust before that. That's what I feel like we do.
Aye, but I just-
like honestly,
one
See,
time I went for a birth certificate, I thought the woman gonna put a spell on me.
How she blow off the dust?
But I thought it was a
it's
spell book.
ridiculous.
Watch here, one of my friends just said,
just like passports are updated, so should birth certificates
why?
be updated.
It's
it
easy.
can be the
We
same
have
as it was.
computers. Why do I have to go for you to go flip through all the records, all the history, blow off a book, to go then write down some information on a paper? The reason people keep coming back for these is because, hint, hint, you putting them on a paper. How about we have electronic
are-
stuff? How about
Right,
we have
if they are
how about we do something like a
documents.
passport for your birth certificate,
Easy.
your police records? Nothing. We can just continue to use typewriters. How do you find a typewriter?
But I don't even know. If that they mash up, what you gotta do? They probably got one man in St Kitts just up, just literally working on all the island typewriters.
Somebody said that they got embarrassed because they presented their birth certificate.
I was about to say that.
The people have laughed.
That's the thing.
It has happened to
Literally.
me.
I
It has happened to me. Like, I've literally sent my.
I would never show nobody that.
No, like you have to present your birth certificate sometime for whatever. I think mine was. I think I was getting a visa for some weird country I had to go to or whatever. So like, they ask you a birth certificate or kind of thing, right? The people them email back like,
No.
excuse me, sir.
What is this?
We have accepted your passport, whatever. However, there's not a like they're saying like, it wasn't a credible document presented as a birth certificate. I was like, bro, like,
That's what they give me.
you know what I had to do? I literally had to go to the ambassador for that country and like say, hey, let them know that this is how the thing work and make all kind of calls, and
It could be so
it almost
simple.
cost me like work, eh? It almost cost me work. Like, it was ridiculous.
It could
Because
be so
it is
simple.
ridiculous. It is look like a cut up piece of paper, a long piece of
Do
paper
not
with
spit the water with a
grids
you know?
for you to jam things in. Like okay, it
I
worked at
don't
the
get
time,
it.
and that's what we're saying. It worked then. However, it is not applicable in today's society where forgeable
I really
documents
don't
are
get
so
it.
easy and these kind of things. Where it's the officialness of it. It's a birth certificate, not a letter of recommendation. I mean,
People ain't writing them then either, Kevon.
They just type them. Yeah. I don't understand.
You realize like your birth certificate is done in the same manner that like your 2-year-old gives you a happy birthday card.
right?
I can't understand. Why are we still doing this? Why don't we have like and Kevon, that's a good point. Like if a fire break out in the hospital, God forbid.
You ain't
in
exist
the
no
police
more. You're done.
station, God forbid. In what the health centers, God forbid. It's all paper.
You don't exist no more.
Little
Axeman is a problem here.
he is. Many even about to. Kevon, remember when we went to the health center last time?
Yep.
It's paper. And then guess what? When I went to my actual health center, they had a problem finding my records. Because you know why? They write it down on paper. Like,
This is
why
on
are we...
paper.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
so
So
easy.
I'm sending it to you all right now. What a Dominican revised birth certificate is, and this was told to me that yes, the old ones are like the ones that we have and still use were the ones that Dominica used as well. However, they have since reworked it, and if you go to get a new birth certificate, they will issue it on the new layout, and this is what it looks like, which
And
I
my
think
birth
is
certificate?
appropriate. And
Where birth certificate?
I mean,
Where's mine?
Yeah.
My mother got it there somewhere.
like,
Main thing I actually know where
No,
mine is.
my
So now I
mother-
have to go
watch.
back go get them wake
all
up
them
paper for me.
all them kind of things. My mother does deal with them things, guys. Yeah, she.
Oh wow. Is this like a card? Is
Oh,
this like
it's like it's a A4, like a 8x11
But-
paper,
but-
a regular
it looks-
computer paper,
Mhm.
but it's on what's it called? Like it's on cardstock, so it's thick,
Right.
and it's
We
You mean
it
similar to- you
clearly
mean-
looks like a valid document.
It's similar. It's similar to the documents presented by, say, Inland Revenue for like a business license.
you know, I can
Right.
understand why we can't just have a birth, like why we can't just have a card, like, cause it's not a form of national ID.
No,
Your birth certificate.
well, not really, because it's not a picture ID.
Well, then they could make it one.
They can't,
How about we
They can't.
implement
They can't
cards
do picture ID for birth certificate.
with our birth certificate information on them and a picture on the side, so they could know it's us. Just like our driver's license and passports and all of this. Because I know there are places that when you go to present your like IDs or when they ask for documentation, people still bring their birth certificate, so why we can't have a proper card with our birth certificate on it. That way we don't have to keep going back to the health centers for them to waste paper, kill trees, and write out these things.
well, again, hold on. I don't have a problem with it being presented to me on paper. You know.
I do.
I don't have a problem.
No,
with
I
it.
don't have a problem with it being presented to me on paper. Like documents are documents. People have documents for things, right? My issue is that it's stored on paper. Like that's my problem. My problem is the record keeping, like the database.
Everything is
The-
stored on paper, Azem. If you go to the health center, there's
Yeah.
a stack of old papers.
That's what I'm saying.
that they
Everything.
have to flip through. Who ain't get wet last.
That's what I'm saying.
And the thing
Misplaced.
is,
That's what I'm
yes, everybody started this paper route. Like all of these countries have a paper route. However, what they have since done is, since the introduction of technology, which is much safer, much more reliable, and much more accessible
Man,
to these issuing offices, they have since hired staff to do data input.
Yeah.
So all of these
Which
old
is
documents, they have them
logic.
enter them in the database
Yep.
for safekeeping and record keeping. I
And you
mean,
would think.
Not
Lis-
on,
like-
look, think about it this way, Kevon. We could draw it to like a present situation right now. You can imagine what is happening in St. Vincent with people having to just move
Okay.
without being able to collect, certain documents, anything like that. Imagine something like that happening in St. Kitts and you have to move.
Move
But
on.
you disappear, Like for people who don't have like a passport, that's it, yeah.
Let me tell you
Yep.
something. This is
That's it.
ridiculous because we can. This isn't regular documentation. This is your health. This is your police record.
it's everything. It's everything.
Why is
I
it
mean,
on?
and like I
Why is
said,
it in a book? Why are nurses still taking up little cards and writing down information or putting things on papers and then storing them like that? Like this is literally a hazard. If a fire
Like I
break
said,
out, if a flood,
well,
water,
when we were
whatever
talking
happen,
to-
they're
it
gone.
called?
So now the whole of St. Kitts don't exist.
I trying
It
to
is
remember
so
who it was.
simple
We
to
had
just type
interviewed
up these things
we're
into a
talking to somebody,
database.
and they were
it's
talking
more
about the-
efficient because guess what? If I go to the wrong health center, right, and they deal with me still, all they have to do, clack on a little computer, they bring up all my records.
Everything one time.
Yeah, guys, we have somebody who wants to join the conversation. Good morning, you're live on Island T. What's up?
Good morning, my friend.
Morning, my friend.
All you have now up here in America, birth certificate is a paper. What we do when we get it, we'll laminate it to keep it safe so you don't tear up. But it's a paper. It's a good quality paper. I guess it depends on the quality of the paper. But it's a paper. But I mean, in St. Kitts, when you go for your birth certificate, they gotta go to the book from 1966. Let me find the book for 1966, and they gotta search in this book. That's how they find the stuff. They gotta go look through all these books. What they need to do is put everything on computer, because since computer is the thing, put it in the computer. It's much easier to find your information if you just put it in the computer. Because up here, all I have to do, go to the computer. As a matter of fact, all they're asking you is your date of birth. Anything they want, name, and you only got to say, I don't even have to give them the full of everything. Just blah, blah, blah. All of me come up. Oh, there I am on the computer.
Right.
So that's all I need to do. Document everything on computer for, like you say, safe in case of fire or anything like that. But my
Right.
friend, have a blessed day, you guys.
Take
You too,
care.
my friend.
Yeah, I mean,
we were
that's-
talking to somebody a while back, and I can't remember which one it was, but it was one of these historic places and of the safekeeping. I don't remember if it's the St. Christopher National Trust or the
archives, probably.
The archives. The fact, was there a fire or something, or some sort of damage to some documents or something? I don't remember.
No, but I know they're digitizing the archives.
Yeah, the digitizing archives, because we also have to consider the fact that, okay, fires, they happen, but they're not, it's not an everyday thing. What is, though, is the fact that you have termites, you have silverfish, you have all these things that eat paper.
Yeah.
On top of that, you have sun fading.
Just
so
time,
when
just
papers sit
time,
around
just
for a
over
long
time, bro.
they start fading. So you are losing the value of these documents and the information on these documents. They're just sitting in a room doing nothing.
But,
Plus, some documents, you ever take up a piece of paper and it just fall apart in your hand, like it usually crumbles.
Yep. But the thing about it for me, Kevon, is that's definitely one of it, like safeguarding information, but also, oh my gosh.
What? I'm kind of a plastic, the same as
No,
the
the one before that.
Things just happen.
But no, but the thing about it is just for efficiency. Like I said, you have to spend 15 minutes giving information. Like you go there, like let's say you go there 2 days in a row, you have to spend 15 minutes. Like this is credible. This is time that people could be taking to either get treatment, to go do whatever else they have to do. Like it's
got to be finding
ridiculous.
books
I
and
just see them
flipping through
go
papers and
wherever they're going and pull out these books, right?
you go to a hospital
Oh
anywhere
my
else, they'll have your
books, not a
entire medical
computer, and
history there. They'll be able to tell you the last visit you had, the last doctor you had the visit with. The doctor would also be able to put digital notes there, so each doctor that works on you can know what the previous doctor did and said. Like,
they write it in a book.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, but guys, we have another caller. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T. What's up? Oh,
We lost the caller.
missed that one.
Of course, feel free to call back.
I don't
it's
understand
just so many,
it. And the funny
so
thing
many
is, right,
reasons
a
why.
lot of these offices, like doctors, they have computers on their desk.
No, but the doctors.
So what
No, but
the
the doctors.
WebMD?
No, but the doctors that actually
Oh, Lord.
keep your thing. Well, at least the doctors I go to, they keep my record. So like, he ain't got to ask me what I prescribed last time. Like he knows. Like
He knows.
He goes to his laptop
notes
and
are
his
the ones
computer.
up the hospital, you know.
Oh well, them. But the whole hospital, like it's.
I don't get it, honestly. That's a place that is supposed to be digitalized long time. That was supposed to be the first place they digitalized, because it's a hospital with people's records, people's health information. You
I
write
think
it
the
down
hospital
in a
needs to be
book.
number one on the list, and number two needs to be the police department. Because, like I said, and we talked to Donnelly about it before, it makes sense for for example, let's say Donnelly, Officer Shipperton Liburd, I hope I get the order right. She pulled me over in Frigate Bay because my tail light was out. And I said, okay, let me go straight to Automotive Arts and get the light replaced. When leaving, she can enter in her system, PA, whatever was stopped for lights 5 minutes ago. So then when I'm stopped again by the ECCB roundabout right before I get to it, an officer can then see, okay, he was just pulled over.
Right.
He's probably going to, and there's a database instead of me having to say, I was just pulled over a while ago.
Yeah,
where's the
precisely.
tracking?
But Kevon, yeah, we have another caller. Caller, good morning. You're live on LNT. Caller, good morning.
Yeah. And then,
The person probably gonna check if they got a birth certificate.
Right. My thing is too, the police, the traffic department is so tint driven. How about a database that could track these things, so you can see if a vehicle was stopped for tint before. You can see if a vehicle how many times a vehicle was stopped for tint. Because if you stop them in that moment, the reason why the officers in other countries have computers in their cars is to pull up information on the person before even having the conversation.
Yeah,
So they
Kevon.
could know what was done prior.
Kevon. Yeah, we have
You have another call?
We have a call. Caller, good morning. You're live on LNT. Caller, good morning. You come like only your friend was able to get in by.
I think so. Please try again, or send messages to the WINN FM. Put it on the live if you can. We read it from there.
Yeah, you
or
can
you
put it
can
on our
put
WINN
it,
FM Facebook
you
or
can
YouTube
send
page.
messages to the WINN FM Facebook and Instagram pages, and we
No,
read them from there.
YouTube. We're not going to see it on Instagram. Well, not me right now.
Oh, not Instagram. Yeah, not Instagram. So just Facebook.
Somebody just
Or YouTube.
Somebody just here highlighting the fact that with the typewriters, and I've seen this happen, but you can't really backskip it on a typewriter,
Boy, if
right?
you make a mistake, you saw it.
So
Yeah, you have to start
I've seen them have to start over. Like they give
Wasting my time because you made a typo, and all you had to do is use a computer with a function.
Timbaland, big up yourself.
You know what?
Somebody is telling us
guy.
that in Canada the birth certificates are printed on plastic, like the polymer notes, like the polymer dollar notes. So it's a plastic. It's already in plastic form, so it's safe. Like it's pre-laminated in a sense. So actually,
Kevon, let's try to take this call real quick. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island TV. And I was literally seeing the caller. Caller?
Mm-hmm.
Hello. I don't know. I don't know what's happening with that phone line.
Yeah, I think it's just that line. I think
Which one is that one? Is that the cell one? I don't know. Try calling. If you're calling the cell line, try calling the landline. I don't know what's happening. Somebody don't want y'all to talk about how ridiculous this is.
The thing is for me too. The citizenship document, the people that have certificates of registration to confirm they're no citizen. It's a nice paper. The coat of arms is on the top, and it explains that this individual is no citizen. Blah 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 blah. But then why we get to birth certificates and it just look like somebody write it in art class in school?
Like Jade was just scribbling.
Right. Like we just learn, like, let's write in some boxes.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Don't touch the edge. Don't cross the line. You color by the numbers.
Yes.
It worked then. It does not work now because you take that document to other countries and other places, and they look at it like, what forgery is this?
It's embarrassing.
Yeah,
like
they're really trying to get Azem when I blow after booking.
But real talk. The birth certificate is one of the easiest to forge, right? Like our birth certificate.
Right.
All I got to do is write in cursive.
Yeah, pretty much.
Literally, all I have to do is write in cursive. All I have to do
much.
is copy the paper, write in cursive, birth certificate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no officialness to it.
There's no
Literally,
seal.
stamp?
There's no
Official
seal.
about it.
Yeah, I think there's a stamp on it, but there's no, again, easily
Ooh, a
forged.
stamp.
Yeah.
Anything else besides y'all, besides the fact that we seem to still be in the 1920s?
Honestly, when I think about this whole process of birth certificate writing, all I see is them writing on like a pedestal, and they have to light the candles, and they have to dip the feather quill in ink and write. Like, I'm just thinking like Stone Age.
No,
Like,
but by the way, I want to big up the nurses because they write better than me. So I don't know if they actually does
They do.
like vet them to see which nurse got the best
think they
handwriting
just
and
train.
say
And that's when
Yeah, I
you're in
think they
charge
just
of
train
the
them.
birth certificates?
it ain't even a nurse. It's not a nurse that work in the birth certificate office. It's
Oh.
I don't think it's a nurse. No.
Oh, so we can't put this lady out of job then? Damn.
No, I'm pretty sure she knows how to work a computer.
Hopefully she knows how to work.
Well, she can be trained.
That is true. Oh, we're going to try.
anyway.
You bring
So-
it this time.
I went. Oh, there
Well,
we
at
go.
least...
Next line.
I'm going to assume the phone lines is our fault and not
But
theirs.
we're gonna try again. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T.
Good morning.
There we go.
I had a similar incident where I was there in St Kitts like about 3 years ago, maybe a little bit more. I had a problem trying to get my birth certificate. And I couldn't believe the amount of books and big books and all kind of different stuff that these people is bringing out, and had me there. I thought that the lady was trying to pick on me or trying to
Nope.
trying to get my number or something.
No,
And
she
I
wasn't
couldn't believe
flirting.
that there's still,
I said no, she wasn't flirting.
wow. And I thought that, well, you know, like why this is 2021. I mean, why is it that they're still doing things like this? I mean, they should know that, because I in the tech field, and you just need a server, and then you got like backup in different locations. So like every time somebody new go into the database, it back it up to another server. So if that server go down, what will happen that you could get the backup from the other backup location, so you won't be able to lose any data, even if you have rain, hurricane, fire, or something. So you're always up to date. I don't understand why is it that we're still so behind.
Imagine that.
You know, but I think I tried to tell one of them. I think it was the Prime Minister when he came here the last time. I tell him about the issue I was having. And he was like, okay, we're going to look into it. But I thought something like that. I thought Sinkers was more advanced than that by now, because we have a lot of tech guys on there. I know that. And
we do.
They should be able to put in some money and try to invest in that, because every time I hear you guys talk, every time you go to the hospital, there is I hear every time, oh, we have to wait so long. And I can't believe they're still going to books and trying to find your name, trying to find this.
Yep.
Is this real?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that you guys should try to push it to the right authorities, so that they could maybe try to work on that, because that is very important. And you know, but it's a good show. I really enjoying it. I'm here in Brooklyn enjoying the show from up here. Okay, so enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you very much.
Carla. Okay, so our good friend Dr. Wilkinson, I hope you're listening.
You want to call in today?
And talk about why we still have papers.
Oh, we're horrible people.
Come to the front of the class. Come to the front of the class,
Oh,
our
boy.
good doctor, because we don't understand. Is there a reason that we're still using papers?
Kevon just taking a swig of his space beverage.
That's okay. I just want to know, because it's very weird. Like, why are we using papers in the hospital?
No, I don't think it is the fault of the doctors or anybody.
No.
I think these people, I think they want it. I think it also, because a lot of these doctors, you have to go and specialize, and you go specialize in other countries, and I'm sure they would have been familiar with these databases and stuff.
But we
No,
have
but
a whole
no.
government department.
I'm sure the IT department as well also wants to do things, because the IT department, I hope so.
We
No.
have a whole
but-
a government department for this. Wait.
No, but okay, like I said the last time, like you can't just bring anybody in and say, like, put in this information. Like, it's very sensitive
Right,
information.
it's very sensitive information.
However, and not only that, bear in mind that it's not the nurses or the doctors. Like, we have a whole administrative arm of the hospital. Like, there's an administrative arm. Like,
That writes in a book.
yeah, there's administration.
That's problem.
So those are the ones who we really need to be talking to. And the truth is, I think it's more a matter that this is just how it's been done, and so we just continue.
Nonsense.
We continue to do it.
Yeah, it just continue. It's just
That
a
is nonsense.
yeah. So I think that's really what's going on. So, like Kevon suggested, I think just like we know we have the administrative staff, we could add data entry clerks to the staff who would be responsible for, over time digitizing the the records. But it's very frustrating, especially when you go there with somebody who's obviously in pain and somebody who is in distress and needs some assistance. But we kind of have to spend the time figuring out what information we need to give, especially when the information has been given multiple times. Like,
Yeah.
the
It's
question
gonna
is-
take a very long time to do. You know, it's not
Yeah.
something we're expecting to be
Yeah.
done overnight.
Yeah.
But
But at
if you
least
start, if you start now and you start with the records going forward,
Yeah.
then at some point you will alleviate a lot of the stress and you can start working backwards.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
takes
yeah.
time, but like, gosh, we
You
have to
could-
start
you could-
somewhere.
yeah,
If we
could do some-
started like 5 years ago, we would have probably been good to go by now.
Yeah. But we have another call, guys. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Okay, well, before we go on to this call, there's 2 comments, but I'm going to read the second one first because it relates to what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, somebody saying, I got this from a reliable source. Government employees were forging and selling St. Kitts birth certificates to people from the Dominican Republic back in the 80s and 90s. The system needs to be upgraded. Allegedly.
See, the problem with this is that whether it's
That is
true or
funny.
not, it would be pretty easy to do.
Yes,
Like,
so this way
yeah,
I
so
can't say he's lying.
yeah, it would be pretty
But-
easy to do.
You know, I don't like lawsuits because I ain't got no money. So
No, but-
allegedly,
So we here, just here.
we hear what I used to say.
But pick me up here.
Yeah.
They could take we teacups.
But not to go off topic, but somebody is saying, can you discuss at some point, please? There needs to be a serious effort to plant trees in St. Kitts. We should be preparing plant material for an all-out campaign now, so that by the time rainy season comes in October, November, we are prepared. The windward side of the island is too bare now that the sugar industry has collapsed between the Ministry of Agriculture, Sustainable Development, community groups, and the business interests. I do believe we can start this project as early as this year. Preferably fruit-bearing trees and native varieties should be concentrated on. Its impact would be great in reducing the effect of climate change locally and feeding our people.
That's beautification as well.
I agree.
Yeah, but
Agreed.
just because like I know like there has been several efforts to do this. I remember one effort to do it. Well, the main problem a lot of times the trees get planted and then the maintenance of the tree and you know the care for the tree is usually where the ball gets dropped. There was one time where trees were planted, I think across the stretch between Molyneux and Tabernacle, and then the same kind of thing. We plant the trees like now and then hurricane come and that's the end of that. So we have to, but that doesn't mean that it shouldn't be a undertaking. I could agree with that. Like even just for beautification purposes, and we've seen a lot of the places where trees were, you know, look at Ammon Walk between Tabernacle
So beautiful.
and thing, but a lot of the trees now are dying out and stuff like that.
And nobody doing anything about it.
Yeah, so.
So
Yeah, so and not only that, if you look at places like as you get out of what they call over there now, Whitegate.
Whitegate.
So like Whitegate.
Somebody said I'm on walk haunted. Yeah, we know. We know.
No, I never seen a ghost over there.
You don't
sorry.
be there in the night.
But then again,
you're
they
looking
won't-
for ghosts?
I'll be there in the night.
You're probably the ghost, you know. That's why you're not haunted.
But also like I was saying, like, over Whitegate and thing, because we had the situation with the what was the name of that that fungus or bacteria, whatever it was, that attacked the coconut trees. Well, all the coconut trees over there gone. Same thing over
I
down.
know.
Same
I remember.
same thing down Connery
Yeah.
Beach. So we're losing a lot of the local plant life. But it like
It
that.
can be fixed. It's
but-
not
but
it's not an irreversible situation.
Yeah, I'm just saying the planting is one thing. We really
But the
need.
maintenance.
Yeah, we really and that's one of the problems we have in St. Kitts. A lot of times we do things and then the maintenance is the problem. So we end right back up in the same situation.
With the Azem is a ghost. Well, now you know. You might say he 1,000 years old and you think he just okay. Yeah, listening. Then somebody else is saying it is important to note that a lot of our systems are antiquated and dated from the way information is stored to our laws on the books. Sometimes I think such records are kept that way to make it easier for the old civil servants to operate.
Yeah, but I
And
think
that's a big problem too. We have a lot of civil servants that are from the older school, and I think we have frozen technologies in implementation to keep them
relevant.
like the person said, in order for them to operate. But we need to understand that they can still be taught.
But not only taught, Kevon, like this doesn't mean that they somehow lose their value to the system
No.
if they're not
Right.
necessarily computer geniuses. Like they still add value just even based on the experience. So we can't go and say, and like I said, I don't even know if that's it. I just think it's just a lack. Like
But,
nobody
a
really
big
thinking
thing
about
too
it.
is they will never learn if they are never given the chance to use it.
Yeah.
You use
What do you mean nobody
technology
thinking
by
about it?
you
You think
learn
we use the
technology
first
by
person?
using it.
No,
And
what
if you don't use it, they are not going to learn how to use it.
Right, but what I'm saying is that a lot of times things only change in St Kitts after there's some crisis or there's this. So you got to be a point where like we lose all the things them and then they figure out.
But that happened before, Azem. That didn't happen to the courthouse when it burned down the time.
Yeah, and then since then the court has put things in place to help with it.
That's my point. So
Yeah,
it
but-
done happen already. So why we need to wait?
It ain't happened up the hospital, and that's the
Oh,
problem. That's how we think.
So it has to happen up the hospital for them to learn.
That's what it seemed like, and too many
Guys,
times.
remember
That's the
Remember,
problem.
we were talking earlier when Amali was on the show. He was talking about the fact that he went to do whatever he went to do, and he was told he couldn't do it because the documents ain't reached down yet. Like,
But no, that has happened. Look here, you know how much times I doing business, maybe the financial sector or something like that. You're trying to register a business, and for weeks, one department telling you, "Oh, we send down the information." The other department telling you, "Oh, we didn't receive it yet." And I'm like, how much days?
So why you sending it on a pigeon?
But even carry a pigeon ain't gonna take so long. But they're doing carrying one letter for
One letter per pigeon, okay? That's their limit.
like there's people who literally like, yes, every department we're going to need messengers and paper is still going to be necessary. But when we're talking about these inter-department like communications, I'd be like, why?
Oh yeah, happy Earth Day. We were talking about trees.
Oh yes.
Today is Earth Day.
Today is
Plant a
Earth Day.
tree. Speaking of trees, this might be the only time I could read a comment from this person without feeling they're going to jail. So allegedly, somebody is saying a lot of the trees, vegetation taken out are destroyed by PWD, Public Works Department, when they said they're working. Oh Lord. When they say they're working on the road and they don't replace them or get those who do involve government ministries department largely are to blame here.
Yeah, bye. Public Works just
sorry.
stay taking up them trees in the middle of the road, bye.
Well, wait, I can't put them back.
Yeah, the trees that are in the middle of the road is the ones that really be taking up here.
Huh, you
yeah.
don't say.
Mm.
Still
What?
said the trees in the middle of the road.
What are you talking about? Yeah, Public Works Department still doing it. Wait till Gilbert come back.
Oh, dear Lord.
We're asking about the trees where they take out of the road on Sunday point and stuff.
Somebody Azem, take life serious, okay? Today's Earth Day.
never.
As you see, I hear supporting the
The trees, yeah, the trees that were in the middle of the road. You didn't see the one? Oh, no? Okay. When young people come into a department when they are trying to agitate change, they are seen as troublemakers or like they're brighter than everyone else that has been there.
Which is true. A lot of people
What?
take their jobs personally and don't understand that people are trying to better the work environment and make people
Yeah.
and the system more productive. But people think that when you come in, you just get your degree and you think you know more than me because I've been here for 20 years. No, I'm just trying to help.
And this is
Like,
and
you
this is and this is how we do it. And you working all the time. So
Well,
what you
that
feel
don't
like?
mean it, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
it's
we're
been
continuing
working all the
working on
time, but
your
how
own.
well? That's the question we have to ask. How well has it been working? It worked, maybe, but how well has it worked?
No, but
Let's try something new.
even if it's working well, Kevon, that doesn't mean it can't be better.
Right.
You know. So
Exactly. So
Yeah, that's how the world works.
just don't know.
Like, let me
One
think
day,
that's the
I hope one day in my lifetime I could go visit a hospital and not have to see a book put on a table to get my answers.
Like, think about
I
it this
hope
way.
there's a database.
like, think about it this way, like, and I want to believe I heard the Minister of Health speak about this. All the all the health centers and the hospitals should be linked, like via the same network.
Yeah.
Like, they should be linked via the same network, right? Just like the banks. What happened, Jade?
Exactly.
You
just
need
like the
you need to go
banks.
check it
Imagine
out.
if you go to the bank.
You don't
to
need
do a
spinach.
deposit. Imagine you do a deposit at the 4th Street Bank, and then you go to like Bird Rock to do a withdrawal, and they tell you, "Oh, we ain't get the papers yet. You gotta wait."
Yeah, a lot of the banks are linked. The networks are linked, right? Yeah. So if they could do it, yeah.
Right. But
Anyway, I feel my gear has been ground.
Feel better, friend?
Yeah. It
Okay.
was on my mind all week.
It should be because ridiculous.
Like, stupid you feel in there, and you're watching a woman like Miss was here like 8 days
you gotta
ago.
go get your stamp. You gotta get
You
your
wasn't the
stamp
same
to get
nurse.
your document.
Many people want to talk about a stamp situation. I have to go to 5 different places to get one document.
To get
What
one
document
document, you got
you
to go get your stamp. Go buy a stamp. What are you buying stamps for?
And where the stamps ain't still in the same place the document be?
And why
Well,
all
we
these?
sell it, but why sell them at the same place if you just need to make a payment? Just let me pay and go.
Just let me pay. Not only that, why all these government agencies that the business hours at the exact time that everybody is working?
Go on your lunch and just don't eat lunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Basically.
That also means
we could have
that
got to
your lunch
6, maybe
hours
6.
consumed at
Ain't
one
gotta be till
place
12 in the night.
because it's gonna take you so long to
Logic,
get
no.
because they have it's gonna take them like 30 minutes to find the books and then
Then
30
they're going
minutes
to
to
take another
write
30
up the
minutes
stuff.
to
So your whole lunch
type it
hour
out.
gone.
Look, bro, this
And
is
if
what
they make
happened.
a mistake, it's another 40 minutes.
But no, this is what happened. You're going to get one one document. You gotta take lunch 5 days of the week, and hopefully one of them days is the days when nobody else decides to go.
Yeah. So I got to deal with the line, the typewriter, the stamp, the paper, the dust.
The bad attitude.
Just to get one document. Only St. Christopher.
Nothing worth having is easy. Okay.
So for me to get a job, I need a police record. For me to get this police record, I have to go do 5 different things.
No, to get the police record is a job in itself. You didn't even
That's
realize.
experience.
You
I
didn't
put down me
It was an experience, I could tell you that.
put down my CV as experience, job experience, because technically.
Bye.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I stop using people. Let them do the thing how they want to do the thing. If that's how they want to do the thing, who are we? To say we are just some people on the radio, barely know what we're doing.
Well, in the words of the Queen herself, Patrice Harris, carry on.
And Patrice again. Carry on.
And Patrice Roberts.
Oh yes, did she shoot? Oh my God, her
Patrice
boot, she
again.
shoot? Woo!
No.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
Azem,
fire.
Paul,
You
I
didn't
gotta
see it,
send
Azem?
to you. That was
Let me
great.
pull it up for you because you gotta see Patrice in.
I see Patrice in real life too much.
You got to see this.
Me too, but it's okay.
No,
See,
like-
the shoot was amazing.
Turn up
Like,
all
I-
the brightness.
Like, I know how she look in real life. Like,
Yeah.
it can upset me.
Yeah.
See?
When clearing a vehicle, you import the same thing. You got travel all around the same before you get your vehicle.
Send your vehicles to Nevis people. It's way easier. Just register in Jessups. And then the next time you go pay,
People try to do to commit fraud. Eh?
No.
I think what happens is I think they like to employ it's a fun activity like a treasure hunt for what you want. You want to clear your vehicle, we're gonna give you a map and you have to go to the stops, you get the treasure hunt and then you finish at you get the goal, you get your goal and you're done. Like
Hey, it's funny enough, right?
I want a police record. The police department give you a treasure map. Okay, first you have to go down to the post office and buy a stamp.
It'll just be
it's a
so
treasure hunt.
ridiculous.
Watch here. Last week, Friday, our good technician who is doing some updates to our stream, he was telling me about an experience he had trying to clear his cell phone. This man was willing to mash up the phone in front of customs because of how ridiculous they were the ridiculous charge he was getting as a college student. The man was like, okay, well, I got this matched up then, since y'all want it more than me.
I mean, hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Anyway, that's another gear to go in there. But
You got 3 minutes, go in.
no.
Please, no.
Can we please? Okay, the VAT is 17%, guys. The duty for on some items is like 36%, guys. The customer, the service charge is another 6%.
Bro.
I don't mind paying all of them things, you know. I don't mind paying all of them. But why is it that the VAT is calculated on the other taxes that you put on? Like that, and I've been saying this on here for the longest while. Please stop it. Please stop it. And I am convinced. And I can't. Again, I haven't spoken to Mr. Gift about this. I haven't spoken to Mr. Gift, so nobody say I talked to Gift and he said this. But I am pretty sure, as somebody who is knowledgeable in taxation, that when all this was being proposed, he would have bring it up. I bet you he would have bring it up and say, "Hey guys, this ain't what we're supposed to do." And I'm sure he was overruled because he's a sensible man.
Azem, with your little sense that you have, can you kindly explain what it's supposed to be, in your humble opinion?
In my humble opinion,
Yes.
right? Well, first thing, I have a pet peeve. I have a pet peeve with the fact that they call this thing that we pay the 17% VAT. It's not VAT.
What is it?
It's just a random tax.
Sorry.
Like,
Okay.
don't just give me things and call them whatever because, well,
Why? But that's what governments do.
because other places got VAT, you decide and give it. It's not VAT.
But that's what governments do.
VAT
Azem.
is a tax paid on the value added especially during manufacturing. So if I move, for instance, if I take some cotton and I turn that into a shirt, I have now added value to the item, and then the tax is paid on the value that was added. Hence the term value added tax.
You don't say.
Not every time I buy a bottle of water, I pay 17%. Right? Okay, anyway. That's
You're digressing.
Yes, I digress.
Yes.
But, guys, powers that be, please. And this is some advice, right? Any government that do this, I think this is one of the things that you could actually tote on the campaign trail and nobody can vex with you, right? All you got to do, right? Let us pay 17% on the cost of the item. Let's pay the 70% on the cost of the item. Let's not pay 70% on the cost of the item plus the freight plus the 6% service charge plus the duty that you yourself are putting on at whatever percent it is for the item.
But you know, every time I order something, right, I suffer for when I have to clear it. And every
That's why
time
I don't
say,
order nothing.
listen, I ordered some stuff recently, and the business sent me my invoice, and I was suffering to open it, right? Because you just never know. One time you're paying $1,000, the next time you're paying. Like Chrissy ordered a tie for Jaden, right? The tie costs $19 US. How much is $19 US, Azem?
That's just
Call it
like
53.
20. That's like
Call it
$50.
$53.
How come it's
Not
$60 to
50,
clear it?
50.
Merp.
So how clearing the tie costs more than buying the tie?
I tell you, some of these things just don't make sense. You got a lot of things
But
in
you
this
know
world
what
that don't make
also,
sense.
what
No?
also makes me laugh too with this whole situation is sometimes you can order the same thing twice and pay two different things.
One time I ordered a
cup,
skirt.
I ordered a mug today and I paid $20 to clear it. I ordered the mug next week, I paid $200 to clear it.
One time I
Same
ordered,
mug.
Kevon, one time I ordered one skirt. One single skirt, right? And then I ordered some other stuff, more than the skirt. Tell me why it cost me more to clear the skirt than the other stuff that come up to more than the skirt. We just play lucky dip with these prices, no?
I don't know. I tell you, you got some things that just don't make sense. I think I was talking to you about one earlier in the week, you know.
Which one? Talking about.
Like, and these are things that I
Let's
just
talk about both things that don't make sense all the time.
No, but Jade, okay. This is the things
Hold on,
that.
Azem. We don't want to neglect the call. Before you cuss.
That I mean working all day. The only one me working is this one.
The overseas line
Want to try? Okay.
seems like
Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. Morning, caller. All right. Then. But like I was saying, right? There are just some things that just don't make sense. Yes, the fact that I have to pay like 60% to bring in the 60% of the cost of the item just to get it in my hand is ridiculous. Especially for somebody like, let's say like me who business is like a regional business. So like I have to compete with people in other islands. So imagine I have to buy like equipment and it's like I have to pay 60. Like how am I supposed to compete regionally?
I'm afraid to buy. I tell you, anything, I am afraid to buy. Our great accountant is trying to call to explain that, but he said try to see if that's him on the line again. If not, I'll have him call me instead.
Yeah. Carla, good morning. You're live on LNT.
Okay, it's not him, but
yeah. So I have him call us.
Me. Yeah, he called me.
Oh.
Good morning, Mr. Warner.
Good morning.
Morning.
Firstly, there's no VAT based on who the taxpayer is. Whether the taxpayer is a toddler, a student, or 90-year-old, the tax structure is the same. So there's no leeway because the person happens to be a student. The notion of having to pay VAT on top of other taxes was introduced in St Kitts and Nevis some years ago, more than 20 years now, whereby you pay tax on top of taxes. That is not the only of the taxes that you pay on top of other taxes. For example, the customs service charge is charged based on the cost of the goods plus the duty. They charge the customs service charge on that. It has been indicated by the Prime Minister, I think this is the last budget address, that we're going to change the structure, but it needs the legislation. As to whether or not that has been done as yet, I do not know. Yes, I fully agree that one should not pay tax on top of a tax. With regards to whether it is correctly called VAT, it is correctly called VAT because it is value added. Now, let me explain. When you purchase something for $100 in the United States, and it arrives in St. Kitts, it's a $100 labor. The invoice says you paid $100. Taxes are paid on what we call CIF, cost, insurance, and freight. So they take the $100 that you paid for the item, they add to that the freight it cost to get it to St. Kitts. And then whether or not the item was insured to get you to St. Kitts, if that was insured, they add insurance as well. If it wasn't, they impute an amount of between 1 and 2% to it. So if you bought the goods for $100, the freight to St. Kitts was $10. They may add 1% for the insurance, and so the basis on which the taxes are computed is $111 US. That is then to which they add the duty, the customs service charge, and then the aggregate of that, they add the VAT on top of that. And that is why for some items, the VAT could seem so much higher, or the total tax could seem so much higher than the original cost of the goods, because the freight has to be calculated. And remember, when you buy a tube of toothpaste, the freight on that may be the same as if you bought a pair of shoes, because freight is usually calculated on the greater of the volume of the goods or the weight of the goods. That is how the shipping companies make their money. That is a very, very brief explanation as to the taxing of goods coming into the country. Any questions?
Well, no, thanks, Mr. Warner.
Yeah, I don't have a question.
No,
I just appreciate the explanation.
Yeah, and also, one of the things that that is often up for a point of contention is that even when a institution or a person receives a duty-free concession, VAT is still calculated as if the duty or the duty is still calculated, used to calculate the VAT?
Correct. The system says that even when you receive a duty-free concession, VAT is charged as if you had actually paid the duty. So you save the dollars of the duty but you do not save on the VAT.
Imagine that.
It is a seeming anomaly, but that is how the powers that have chosen to implement the VAT. The system is designed that no one would escape VAT. It has to be a really special case where someone escapes paying VAT on any item. You will get a duty-free concession. You may even get a custom service charge concession.
But you got to pay the VAT.
It is rare to get a VAT concession on anything.
Very rare.
When you go down, when you hear the car companies say, oh, we're giving special, you're going to only pay 7% VAT or whatever it is, I assure you,
they're still paying it?
they do not. You are paying the VAT somehow. They are not paying the government 7%. They are finding a way to back into the total price you pay because they have to declare VAT at 17% to the inland revenue.
Yep.
So that is it. Now, another question is somebody asked, how come I give them my invoice and they still add something else? The Customs Department has the option of determining what is the real value of the goods. So for example, if something was normally being sold for $100 and it was on sale for $75, the fact that you paid $75 doesn't mean they're going to charge you tax on $75.
Right.
They're saying the real value of these goods is $100 and you'll pay taxes based on the $100 value of the good.
Yep.
So having your invoice is not a certainty that you'll be taxed based on the invoice. After all, they are aware that sometimes you present false invoices.
Thank you so much, Mr. Warner. I really appreciate you calling in.
There's no charge.
So no VAT. Okay, nice. But
So hold on.
yeah,
What did they ask me for invoice for?
because they don't want to have for every person to have to go look up the price. Like if they were to do that for every person, Jade, like we would never get anything.
So you asked me for my invoice.
But
I
they
present an invoice.
they reserve the
and
right.
then they're telling me that the invoice make it where give me. This is why I charge you still?
They have the right. They have they reserve the right to be able to do that. They don't have to, but yeah, they reserve the right to be able to do that.
I see.
Yeah, so that is why sometimes you'll get things. So it's important for you to look at your receipts and see exactly what you're paying for what, because sometimes sometimes, for instance, sometimes you may work out you pay something for you're looking at the final figure that you pay. Maybe you went to a freight forwarder or whatever, and so you're saying, but I pay this. Sometimes it's the freight that change, it's not necessarily the customs charge that change. Sometimes the customs charge change because they priced it themselves. Like they might not have used the thing. Then there's this other issue that people been talking about where it's like they tell you, oh, you're importing for sale.
Bro, anyway, let's go to a break. Azem, go to a break before we talk about this because, oh dear, let's go to a break quickly. We'll be right back with more Island Tea right here with Media SKN.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. WINN FM.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Hold on, stop. Think about the drink before you take a drop. Read up on the label on the back. They say science sugar low and fat, but don't be fooled by that. Drink some water, share some love. Tell your body you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell somebody you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell your body you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell somebody, hey.
This message is brought to you by Lake Health and Wellbeing.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Azem, and it is still Thursday, April 22nd, and the time is 9:04 a.m.
And we're still grinding gears. Because
Still
Azem
grinding
touched
gears
us-
because we got plenty to
Azem-
grind.
What? Azem gave me a whole PTSD experience just now. In December, that just went, when it was duty free, it was duty free, right? I decided I'm going to buy myself some things because I deserve things.
For sure.
Yes.
I'm right with you.
Yes. So now I order my things. The things get to where they're supposed to go. Tell me why I see an $800 bill. I said, hold on. Hold the show. The people I'm going to decide, the people I'm meaning, anyway, y'all know what I mean. The people I'm going to decide that the reason that they charge me this is because I'm selling my stuff that I bought for me. They don't ask me no questions. They ain't see me on a store nowhere. They never see an advertisement with me selling nothing.
Never see you sell nothing yet.
Never ever. But they're going to decide I am selling. I must be selling because I bought things. You know how long it took me to fix the situation?
And that's the other thing. The query them that take so long.
I wonder if Kevon was there, boy. I don't even remember.
I was.
Oh, you
I was. Well, I wasn't there with you, but I remember you were abused about it.
Yeah, you know how long it took me to fix this situation? First of all, how you going to just decide that I am selling so I don't deserve...
That's why you want so much things for.
Everybody know
Who are you to buy things for? Who are you to buy things for yourself? You must be selling.
Out of order, as in.
Yeah, I agree. And I know a lot of people who this has happened to, like, they bring in something and then it's like, wait, what's happening here?
Bro, I was pissed.
Oh. Let's try this line here.
You better use your phone. Cause oh boy, the people that really charge me $800 and something dollars. Poor me. They give me not. Azem give up. Azem just give up. Just give up. I wish I could see Azem struggles in the studio at mornings. It is hilarious.
Oh, I don't even understand what's happening. But yeah, that's another thing that yeah.
Oh, Mr. Warner is also saying it must be noted that each good has an individual rate of duty.
Yeah. So it depends on the classification that the item falls under. Don't even bother get me started about some of the classifications, because that'll be a real point of contention for me sometimes. But
oh dear Lord,
I'd be like, sometimes I gotta be like, I sending this here from my broker, so my broker could fight the battle, because I am not. My broker go deal with that because I ain't even trying to.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't.
But if you buy, like Mr. Warner said, like, yeah, buy the system design in a way where you can't escape the VAT.
Want to try that one? Try, Azem. Try.
You can
Nothing
talk.
beats failure, but try. Good morning, caller. You're live. What's up? Azem, you're correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Call on our other line. that I don't know. I don't know if to tell you with that one, but the one you're calling, don't use it.
But yeah, like I was saying, the system set up in a way where, watch here, things tense when not even churches get a pass. Like churches are gonna happy that. Like,
why would they?
Like, yeah, so if churches ain't getting a pass, that man mean nobody getting a pass. Like, we gotta be very special circumstances. Did you stretch your toe?
Oh, yeah, something wrong. Oh.
Obviously, something wrong if you gotta stretch your toe in the middle of the show.
Oh my gosh. That was hurting. Woo. Don't mind me. It hurt, Mingale. You never had a cramp yet? No?
Yeah.
No? Okay. I don't judge then. I don't
No, I get you. Them the cramps like down in them small areas there, like your ankle and like that little muscle that's like a butt, like just below your ankle.
The determination of goods for resale is based on the quantity. The importation of 6 pairs of shoes could cause them to presuppose that they are for it. No, they can't say that. Suppose I just need shoes.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous, Mr. Warner. I do not like it.
Do
not like it. If I buy 5 pair of shoes, I have feet.
Bear in mind.
I don't have feet.
Bear in mind that Mr. Warner didn't make the rules. He's just in.
I know.
Got to be.
I do not.
Oh boy.
I do not like it. Fix it. It needs to be fixed.
Part of my thing is I believe what happens too is a lot of people don't look and question these things, and
don't bother. Well, I do because you ain't gonna just charge me no ridiculous amount and I just be like, well, you know, I'm gonna pay it.
Just take it.
Hello?
That's what you're supposed to do.
No, because sometimes what happens is okay. So while your situation was being queried, you had to leave the goods, right?
I chose to. I had the option to pay for them.
That's what I'm saying.
And then query it, and then they reimbursed me.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I ended up doing that because I needed my things. Your favorite one.
Jade, you're brave for that one, because.
All right, guys, we have a caller. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Yeah, good morning. How are you, man?
Good morning. We're good.
We're doing good.
Yeah, how you guys doing, man? Good morning, man.
You okay?
You good?
Yeah. You can hear me pretty good?
Good enough.
Good enough, yeah, man.
Yeah, okay. I noticed you guys still talking about the custom thing. You had a caller named Mr. Warner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hearing some persons being, talking about their concern about some of their items and stuff missing from their packages and stuff when they come into the customs yard. Is there any way you can get him to comment on that?
Well, Mr. Warner doesn't work for customs, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. My bad. Is there any way you can get somebody that can, talk to that concern of some of the citizens there?
Sure. We could probably try and get somebody in to talk about it.
Yeah. For me personally, in my personal experiences shipping stuff to St Kitts and Nevis, I don't really agree with some of them the way how they arrive at those charges and stuff like that. And I had a personal situation where I bought like a herbal oil for one of my friends there in Nevis. The oil was only like 0.5 of an ounce. I bought that oil legally off of Amazon, and then when the guy went to collect his package at the port, they took this oil away from this man.
Yeah.
This is something that I purchased legally online, and he told me to order him up. And I was quite quite upset about that, man. They do what they want to do at the ports, man. And I don't see that system needs to be reformed. It needs to be revamped somehow. But as far as I could tell so far, it's never going to have a change, man, when it comes to some of these type of things in the islands. It's too much old-time ways of doing stuff, man. You buy something overseas and you ship it into the islands, and then when the item gets there, you got to pay for it all over again. The poor people there, they can never strive when they have these type of stuff in place, man. But that's my contribution, man. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Thanks, caller.
So 2 things. Mr. Warner, you are hilarious. He said, why should churches be exempt from taxes? They're primarily businesses selling a service called salvation.
Yeah.
Amen.
That was my point.
I'm just about to say what is. Sorry, I look up too fast and I saw a whole laptop. But the caller made a good point, because one time I bought a spice grinder for my spices.
Right.
And they customs confiscated my spice grinder. Why?
Because they said it was
Because they assumed you were going to use it for what you didn't.
They
say
can't
you were gonna use
assume
it
that
for.
that's not the business. They can't assume that they're supposed to. Don't upset me.
Yeah, but it's not.
We charge it. We going by assumptions now. It's a spice.
But Jade, who is you to tell them what you're going to do with the product?
Yeah.
They know what you're gonna use it for, so they're gonna.
Oh, they know me personally?
You can't tell them what you can't tell them what you going to use the item you ordered for. How
True.
dare you?
Yeah, but
you're right.
They just assume a lot of things is contraband. For instance, I remember one
spice
time.
grinder, so the spices. So what's the spice? It says spice grinder. As in what's the spice?
That's what I'm
what
saying.
Is the spice?
Again, you hear what I said? They assumed that it was contraband, not that it actually was. But yeah, but. And like sometimes you got to wonder too. Like I know I have a friend who ordered some hemp seeds for like to eat and they confiscate them, and then it was a whole big he had a whole big thing because like hemp isn't illegal.
As far as grinder isn't illegal, I don't understand how they're just making these assumptions. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know how long the happening is still bothering me? Because Miss Spice Grinder was sexy.
But not only that, you spent money on this thing.
Thank you. They didn't even ask me no questions. They didn't even tell me nothing. I just realized me Grinder.
They
And
don't
they
even
show somebody right.
No, but they do, of course that they get action off. But
so you're going to
But yeah, I know, Jade. I feel your frustration.
You're going to confiscate me Grinder to go action it.
You sure it was auction, or it was just Mike grinding somebody else's spices in the house for free?
Yeah, like all over the sell hemp seeds. It's ridiculous. But a lot of these kind of things does happen. And like I say, my thing too is like, why they don't ship it back then? If you tell me I can't import it, why don't they ship it back? Let me get my refund.
Thank you.
Right.
Common sense.
Ain't that common, though.
All right, guys, we have another caller. Caller, good morning. 11 Island T. What's up? Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
No, Witty, I am pissed because you're going to confiscate the thing and then go auction it if that's what you do. How
it's
does
actually more likely that
sense?
It was actually more likely that it probably went into the trash. The trash.
I'm coming back. In somebody's kitchen, you're right.
That's
probably in somebody's kitchen.
That's what I'm saying.
Not mine. Not the person who brought it into the country. Somebody. As him talk.
Yeah.
Time I talk again.
Hey, anybody ever wonder about the fact that and this might have changed, I don't know, but anybody does think about the fact in a place that is considered a Christian community that promotes things like abstinence and frowns on things like, say,
sex,
well, not sex, but adultery and fornication. That sex toys are illegal for import.
We say legal or illegal?
Illegal. Like anybody was wonder about these things?
These people in Duxin bike.
Apparently.
No.
Hold on. So let me ask you a question.
Let
me ask you a very smart, dumb question. Is only people who have sex out of marriage does use sex toys? Huh?
You need to ask the policymakers, because I don't understand why. I don't know why they're illegal in the first place. Pick up all the peggers one time.
Great.
Hey, watch it. That cup there that's one of them refillable cups, you know? The man sipping that space juice there.
I am Confucius. Answer
the cup is empty, but it's my scapegoat to that.
You over there shipping out the empty.
So.
Yeah, but guys, we have another caller. Hopefully, caller. Good morning, 11 Island T. You know what? I can just lay it steady. I need you can just be like the background music. Cause
No.
Okay.
Sex toys are not illegal now, and somebody saying sex
Great.
toys are not currently on the no import list.
Great.
Yeah,
I was wondering if they
once
changed
upon
that.
a time, once upon a
Yeah.
time they were. Very recently, actually. They
Yeah.
were.
'Cause I
I
make
think it's only in the very,
no
very recent
sense.
years they were removed from the list, but they also remain on the list in other Caribbean countries.
Mm.
I don't really understand why.
Because they're seen
I don't
as
think
immoral.
I don't think it's a weapon.
No, they're seen as immoral, I think.
How is anyway? Anyway. No joke.
Promoting sexual deviance.
Again,
Maybe if we-
only
maybe
non-married
people-
people.
That married people could be sexually deviant as well.
My problem is we put way too much energy into the wrong things.
Yes,
way
think?
too much
Like
energy into
tint?
the wrong things.
Sorry,
But,
that was
okay.
the police.
Um,
Sorry, that was uncalled for.
What Cleo covering she face for? Cleo got a Cleo.
Cleo only hear sex. Cleo cover she face. Cleo.
Hello,
married.
leave my friend.
I believe
leave
Cleo-
my I gotta leave my friend.
Cleo does act like she married. Don't like shit.
Maybe
Cleo got kids.
no. Maybe Cleo can't believe. Maybe Cleo can't believe that sex toys are illegal. Were on the non-import list.
We're gonna go with that explanation. Yeah, we're gonna go with that explanation.
Want to?
Yeah, we could try.
I agree with my friend.
No, when I done that.
Oh no. Good morning, caller. You're live. Caller.
Yeah,
You're wasting
I
my
don't
press.
think we get in.
You're
It
wasting
seems
my
as
press.
though all of the international calls are coming in, but none of the local ones. are
No, there's
working.
another line that is working as well, but I don't know. I
Oh.
don't like Azem jinx it. Really go up mouth.
Me mean the same thing.
Usual. I am very much married, but I don't play with toys. Boo. Boo.
How you
Cleo,
can be
we're
boo the
booing
woman
you.
for what she chose
Man, boy,
to
no.
do?
What Cleo decides to do in her marital
Exactly.
bed is none of my business. More power to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She knows what she knows herself
Cleo.
and she knows her marriage. She chose not to do that.
Yeah,
So
Mm,
more power to you.
yeah.
Cleo, you'll be raunchy this morning. Cleo, go take a walk. Cleo, no, go take a walk.
What happened if she let you
Cleo
build
says,
thing?
woo, woo.
She's married. Like,
Cleo, please. Hot girl, please, you're acting up.
oh boy.
Kevon, I know. I cannot believe it either. No, we talk about no kind of news this morning.
You talk about one quick now?
Let me see. What we have there on the Kevon? What
Hello, you're gonna leave Vanessa Bling, eh? Okay.
Cleo, aka Vanessa Bling.
Vanessa Bling.
Oh
I am
boy.
done. Oh, no. What is?
Let me see. I'm reading the comments.
No, we're not. No, we are not.
Yeah, but
No, I just scanning to see if anybody's saying anything. So
let me do a
Cleo
quick-
asked earlier though. She asked earlier if we heard about the video in St. We saw the video in St. Vincent about the woman that delivered the baby on a bench.
Yeah,
We actually
we
talked
talked
about
about
it.
it, yeah.
Was it last week or this
Who
week?
is
Earlier
it?
this week.
Who say Cleo fat show?
Clear factual. I see what they did there. Clear factual. Not clear. Good girl, Cleo. Cleo, we missed you. Don't ever do that again. Anyway, just before
Yeah.
we continue, I just want to do a quick plug for a friend of the show. It says the St Kitts National Repatriation Committee presents the apology. Somebody apologizing. Topic: in order for reparations, there needs to be an apology. Do you agree? Do you agree, Azem? I'll just assume that you agree.
No. Wait, I want to know. I want y'all to say what y'all thinking first. Like,
But what's up? To me, sorry, I'm gonna do nothing. What I'm gonna say? First of all,
no,
what was I supposed to do?
but I don't think that this sorry is the only step.
Yeah, but that's what they're talking about. The apology.
Yeah.
They're saying that's the only step.
Mhm.
But I'm answering the specific question of, in order for reparations, there needs to be an apology. Do you agree?
Yeah, that needs to be the first step.
Okay.
It can't be the only step, but it needs to be the first
Yeah,
step.
because men think an apology may really do much for anybody. But
An
for
apology acknowledges the wrong. So in other
Yeah.
words, you can't expect reparations if there's no apology. Because then what are you repairing? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What are you repairing? So there must be first an apology that acknowledges the atrocity.
Yeah.
And then we could move into, okay, well, how do we
fix this situation or amend,
make amends, yeah.
Well, if you guys want to hear this interesting discussion, you can tune in to ZIZ Television, Facebook, and YouTube at 8:30 tonight. Our good friend Carla is going to be there with a panel. Let me see if I can read the panel. It says Dorbreen Omad. Lord, I butchered that man's name. Mr. Omad, I'm sorry, but I can't read. Carla Astafan, Rasgwanda Agad, and Marlene Phillips. Phillips, yes. Two friends of the show.
Interesting. What time is that?
Yes.
7. Let me read
Nope.
it properly.
So this is happening on Thursday, April 22nd. So today at 8:30 p.m.
Yes.
It's going to be on ZIZ Television, Facebook, and YouTube.
Yes. So if y'all
it's
if
probably
y'all
going
want
to
to
be
join that
on
discussion, go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could clarify for us if any of them are listening, but which channels would it be on Facebook and YouTube? Which pages?
ZIZ.
All on the ZIZ,
Yeah, all on
YouTube,
the ZIZ
Facebook, and okay. There we go. So tune in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Azem, you felt
8:30
the earthquake yesterday?
Nope.
I can't ask Kevon.
Oh. I felt it. Well, I saw it. From outer space. I just saw it shaking. But
Wait, you see like a car
let's
like
just talk
shift a little
about it
bit?
one time. So
Yeah,
there
like people
was a
felt like But go ahead, Kevon. I want to know about the earthquake because
I didn't feel nothing.
Yeah. So there was an earthquake that happened in the Eastern Caribbean. A magnitude 4.4 earthquake was recorded yesterday afternoon in the Eastern Caribbean. It occurred around 3:43 p.m. at a depth of 10 kilometers. According to the automatic earthquake location from the UE Seismic Research Center, the quake struck, oh my gosh, these numbers, 66.3 kilometers northwest of St. John's, Antigua and Barbuda, 66 kilometers northeast of Bastia, St. Kitts. I stop in there. Yeah. So it kind of happened in between. If you open up a map, it kind of happened in the middle of St. Kitts and Nevis and Barbuda, but a little bit closer to Barbuda than St. Kitts.
Yeah,
So-
I really didn't feel anything. I don't understand. I
That time there, I was doing that.
yeah, I don't really feel earthquakes apparently. Only one, and I was like, well,
4.4 like feel like it sounds like something we should feel.
yeah,
Oh.
I really didn't. Somebody messaged in my chat. I was like, y'all feel the earthquake? I was like, no.
I was driving
You
up and
always
down.
know when an earthquake happened when you see a bunch of Facebook posts saying you feel it.
Oh, yeah.
No context.
You feel it?
No
You
context.
feel
It's
it?
just you feel it.
Tell me, can you feel?
Anybody does do the DCH?
No, because we don't feel it. How we gonna drop?
No,
what we
we're
dropping
too
for?
fast to do the DCH. We
I
do a lot
lie,
of
I
news
felt
before we go
too.
DCH.
One time I was working at Delay Warren and I felt one, and I was upstairs. I was like, well,
The thing is, like, people just get too excited when they feel earthquakes.
God,
eh? It'll be like party energy.
yeah, they don't realize that like this is something that could kill us.
Mm-hmm.
I guess because we've never had a really bad one. Because that's what the only time that is really
Let's keep it that way. Please.
better. But quickly before we move on to the other topic, because I feel like this can take a little time. Let's just thank our sponsor. As I'm supposed to say who the sponsor be.
Oh, Rams.
Yes,
Yeah.
the good food people.
Rams trading. Rams trading. Yeah.
Yes. Ready, Azem?
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, want a race?
Well, let's see who's trying to keep up with who today.
Oh, because you need a head start?
I'm already way ahead of you, son.
Keep up with what matters. Joint Care supplements your active lifestyle by supporting your bones, cartilage, muscles with essential nutrients. Joint Care helps to reduce inflammation with omega-3 and replenishes glucosamine, a natural compound vital to healthy cartilage and joints. Choose the Joint Care formula that is right for you. Supplex, Complete, and Max are available at your local pharmacy. Joint Care, a part of the 7 C's family of vitamins and supplements.
Fruta, taste the real Fruta, enjoy the real Fruta, refreshing juice of every day. Whoa, Fruta, drink the real Fruta, your favorite Fruta, the natural taste is Fruta.
Your favorite fruit has got a new skin. with real juice within. Drink the real Fruta. Enjoy the real joy.
Taste the real Fruta. Enjoy the real Fruta. Refreshing juice of every day is Fruta.
Fruta, juiced right.
You need a drink, have a Viva, Viva. You want some fun, get a Viva, Viva. Taste the flavor, have a Viva, Viva. Oh yeah, Viva is the one. Say goodbye to boring. Let me hear you sing. Got to have my Viva, water but so much better.
Viva sparkling flavored water. Water, but better.
Hi people, we're back. Sorry, Kevon, do you think?
Welcome back to Island Tea. We reach back. Yeah, so I guess this topic is going to take us possibly to the end of the show. I'm wondering if we should read anything else before we do it.
No, just do the one from Nevis. Let's stick local.
Yeah.
Let's try to stick local today.
So alleged teacher misconduct is now under investigation. So St Kitts and Nevis news. 2 teachers in Nevis are reportedly suspended from duty amidst allegations of grave misconduct. Recent social media posts have accused both teachers of sexually assaulting students. An official of the Ministry of Education told WINNMedia that an investigation into the allegation was launched on Wednesday, April 21st. A time was unclear whether, at the time of the inquiry, it was unclear whether the police investigation was underway. We've talked about this many times.
Let me tell you
before.
something, right? I read this yesterday and it reminded me of a situation that I wish I had spoken about when I was younger, but I didn't know better at the time. A teacher from an established school, I saw some messages from that male teacher to a female person that I know, and it was very inappropriate. Like, that teacher was actually trying to have sex with a student, and I read them by accident, and I didn't know what to do because I was a child, and I kind of stored it in the back of my memory.
So this was like a friend of yours?
Yeah. And I only remembered this yesterday. And I'm not sure if it's still a teacher, if he is still a teacher. But I know, every time I see him, I remember the incident. But I'm not sure if he's still a teacher. But I remember when I was I remember being an adult and being disgusted every time I saw that teacher. Yeah. Disgusting. Y'all should go where, Azem?
What? I don't know.
To jail. To jail. That's, yeah.
I was wondering if you want me to say to hell or something. I was like,
that too.
Where she want me
if
go?
hell exists, they could go there too.
What she want me to say here? The pressure.
Sorry.
Yeah, the thing is, we see a lot, and we all know that, these teachers sort of take advantage of the roles that they are put into. Not all teachers. However, there are some that do exactly what we just discussed. They use their positions to involve themselves in gross misconduct.
They do. They take advantage of
we
these
also
kids.
we also have to acknowledge the reverse side of it. There are also students that try to involve themselves with older persons, teachers, and I think it is the responsibility of the teachers as well to understand that there's a line that you must not cross.
One of these people is an adult in the
student
situation.
is willing, and whether the student wants to participate in a relationship with you, you should know better.
You are an adult. You are an adult. If a 12-year-old, 13-year-old tries to make a pass at you, you know what you do? You speak to that child's parent, or you speak to the principal, or you speak to somebody of authority.
I don't think guidance counselors could be a good option.
Yeah, I don't think you should speak to the child by yourself, because that could be a ticklish situation where a child can now accuse you of something because you decline the advantage. So speak to somebody.
I think that's a good option, actually, now that you mention it. The guidance counselors, I think they would be a great resource to even as a teacher, to report this to. You have a student that's crossing lines with you, you report it to the guidance counselor, and the guidance counselor takes it from there.
And to protect your own reputation as well. Like there's the situations where people students might try to blackmail, and I think that it is I don't know, but like the hope would be that we could have these institutions where everybody kind of stays in their place.
Hope.
But
humans and hope. Two things that don't go together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. I hope we get updates on this situation. I would like to know what if any penalties these teachers face for this behavior, this alleged behavior, I should say. But I heard some rumors. I won't say what I heard because again, I don't know, and these are rumors, and I don't want to put rumors out onto the airwaves because that's not what we're here for.
And what I would also ask the public is to respect these students as well.
No, they're doing that too late. Kevon, speaking of that,
well,
right?
I know it's too late, but
literally somebody created a video.
Students have played in this. Let's just give away the time for the chastising. Let the investigation happen.
Kevon, two things I saw after receiving this information. Before I saw the news article on this information, I received a collage with the alleged students and alleged teachers. Then I received a video. Somebody created an actual video with the alleged students, the alleged teachers, and their spouses. A whole video collage with a song. We're too idle in this country. I think we're too idle in this country. We don't care about victims anymore. And somebody in the group chat brought up a very good point. Like, why are we spreading these kids' faces around if they are alleged victims of anything? Like, why are we spreading their faces around?
Shame culture. You have to blame victims and all of that stuff.
I don't even know if it's victim blaming. It's just a matter of a lack of respect and boundaries.
It's autogative, people just always want to talk about things and say they just want to talk about things. People love to have this school.
Yeah, they just want to talk about things. That's all. Just to say, well, I know who he be.
Oh dear.
That kind of energy there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the spouses and things is.
But they
ridiculous.
had nothing to do with this situation. Why are you putting the people's spouses out there like that? Like, y'all just ain't got nothing else to do. Y'all can't read. Y'all don't have books. Go do some filing up the hospital. Go do some dusting. They need help.
Sex toys could be imported now, yeah.
Even that, like, do something other than this, Lord. What the hell, man? Kevon. Yeah. There was another story that I saw, and I was like, whoever did this, they ain't seen heaven. Trust me, they ain't seen heaven. You know which one I mean, right? No? Okay. Let me pull it up because it's literally right in front of me. So this one is talking about an incident in St. Vincent. And I won't use the word that they use because I feel like that's insensitive. But what's the other word you usually use for disabled people, Kevon?
Differently abled.
Yes, differently abled. So a differently abled retiree calls being abandoned by family in red zone.
Oh, let me read it. Okay. So a day after the La Soufrière volcano erupted in St. Vincent on April 9th, which was the first eruption, Uncle Joe's daughter, her children, and her husband started packing bags to vacate the red zone. Nothing much was said to Uncle Joe, who is 67 years old, but he figured he should start packing too. So he placed a few items in a nice suitcase. Then the house fell silent. He said, by the time I finished and went back outside, the house empty and quiet. Unable to bring himself to accept the reality of what transpired, Uncle Joe, who has been disabled for the past 7 years, wheeled himself from one room to the next looking for signs if they were still around. He also said, they leave me, but take the cat. And he said that in between pauses, breathing heavily and sniffling. He said, the cat more family than me. He also added, if I live 100 more years, I wouldn't forget this. How I could forget this? You see this wheelchair? This is how I get around. It's only so far I could get on my own. And they know that, and they still leave me. The man who asked to be referred to as Uncle Joe, so not to embarrass the people who abandoned him, said he came close to wishing he had died, so he wouldn't have to deal with being deserted. He also said that the following day, then night follow day, then night come again, and I was still in that house by myself. It was trouble to breathe, plenty trouble. I am not even feeling shame to tell you I cry like a baby. When the place got dark, I just cry and pray. Thank God he hear me, because the next day some friends who live about 4 houses away passed. They told me it was worse than they expected, so they changed their mind and they were leaving. The boys put me in a car, put my chair in the back of the van, and that is how I came to be down here. See why it is important to live good with people? And the story just goes on and on. And basically the summary of it was that his family left him in the house by him. The family took the cat, packed their bags, and left him in the house by themselves.
I say they ain't seen heaven, as in they're not seeing heaven.
This is my only thing with this. Like, I need to hear the other side of the story. Like, there must be another side of the story.
Which was what? Okay. Let's play devil's advocate.
I need to hear the other side of the story.
As if you play devil's advocate.
So, but the man was saying he ain't going nowhere.
As if the man ain't said that.
Of course he ain't said that.
Also, you think he didn't admit to saying that he ain't going? The man said he packing nice suitcase, not even a regular suitcase, a nice. His nice suit. They took the cat, Azem. They took the cat.
I don't know about that. They're just.
You took the cat and left the man.
This is just so unbelievable, right? Like.
No, it's not.
What?
As we live in this world, this is unbelievable.
So they got a man living with him, but whatever going on between them, they value the man so they have such little.
The cat more important.
But the man living with them.
Yeah.
And
they had to make a decision, as in
the cat Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe. And I don't agree with Uncle Joe not shaming them. I would have been naming and shaming everybody, all who ain't got nothing to do with it. If it's my family name, I'm getting called. Yeah, leave me while a volcano you up to, knowing that I can't do anything because I'm in a wheelchair.
Nope.
Hell hot, Hell hot. So they say.
And the thing is, all this story breaks my heart, because you could see that even in this man's moment of being deserted, he still has compassion on the people that left him.
Like, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Yeah, really value this cat more than this man? And even if he say he's not leaving, he don't have a choice. Okay? I am saving your life. Yes, what he gonna do? Fight me? I'm willing to fight you to save your life. I'm not just going to leave you in an active volcano zone. My conscience wouldn't let me do that. Anyway, we have a call. Caller, good morning. I hope this is Uncle Joe. Nope.
Uncle Joe started feeling so bad.
It was the cat.
It was the cat? Wow.
It was the cat. At this point.
Cat saying I want him to leave me?
The cat.
No, but okay, like
the cat.
Bye.
The cat, they took up the bag, they took up the cat.
I don't know about like. But I just.
What? The man said
no. Hold on. I agree with everything you're saying, if this is the full story, right? But so in my mind, there just has to be more like. Maybe there was what?
You stuttering on alcohol, you can't bring nothing.
No, I mean there's all sorts of like plausible explanations. Like for instance, like he's disabled, right? He's a wheelchair. Like let's say they have a vehicle there was no space, right? So they say we'll be going drop you off down the road and come back. And whatever.
That's a question. If that's the case, right? You don't think he should know this?
Yeah, but that don't mean that don't mean that he didn't know. He just didn't say. Like Jade, so you want to tell me? Devil's advocate. Yeah, no, it ain't that, It's just that this is so unbelievable to me, right?
As in people do worse things on a daily basis.
You see, the thing is, I think what they thought was gonna happen is that the volcano was gonna be explosive. I felt like I feel, I could be wrong. I feel as though they expected this individual not to make it, and they thought that this story would have never come out because he wouldn't have been around to tell it. And they could have just created a story as to why he's no longer present.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
You want wait before you ask the question? No. Okay, no. Ask the question.
Yeah. So just like how you guys said that, they should have arrested the guy who climbed up the mountain to see what's going on.
Yes.
Y'all think that they should arrest the family?
Yes.
And if so?
Culpable negligence. You leave the man to die in a volcano.
So
a volcano eruption.
That's a difficult thing to answer.
I'm
not very, very laugh friendly. Like
sorry,
I don't really
Kevon,
know.
sorry, we have a call. Caller, good morning.
Okay.
Nope. Go ahead, Kevon.
Yeah, I'm not very laugh friendly, so I don't know what they would arrest him with and all these things. But I feel as though the intention to leave him behind in a red zone, I felt like that was a kind of clear message.
Something what?
I'm not sure if they have a reason for leaving him, but just the fact that he was left, it's it feels as though they left him for dead.
And I don't know
what that could categorize itself as, but.
And you know what makes it worse? The fact that they didn't tell him, the man packing his suitcase thinking that he leaving, and they realized the house quiet.
But he said in the article,
not even the cat just
article,
falling around, everybody gone.
There gotta be more to the story. Like if you thought the man gone dead, like you tell the man straight up, like by a long time we like you.
Why would they tell him that? And the man survived and know that this is a part of the story? They know what's gonna happen to him,
because I would love to know, and like somebody's
I need to get it.
What is the relation?
I wonder
what is
if
the
somebody tried
relationship
to call
between
themselves
them?
the other side, because this phone line's been going crazy.
I think understanding the relationship between them could also be a reason, and there's another side of the story. But man, that's really just heartless.
You're live.
Still.
Yes. Good morning again.
Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. Now, if anybody should be arrested in this family for neglect,
I agree.
Abandonment, endangerment.
I agree
because
to you.
remember, the person that climbed the volcano, he's an adult, and he made that choice to take a risk with his life. This poor old man did not choose to want to die, burn up in volcano. They abandoned the man. They should be arrested. Go look for them. Justice. We want justice for this old man. You have a good day.
Bro.
You too, my friend.
Oh man, crazy.
I don't tell you, y'all.
This is like
for sure.
This is like the Caribbean version of Home Alone.
Yeah.
With more
but I do want to hear the other side of the story, because the Uncle Joe, which is the alias he chose to go by, is saying that he was not told they were packing to leave. He just saw them packing, so he took it upon himself to pack a bag, and then after the bags were packed, he realized the house was empty.
Hey, I just imagining the man wheeling out, like, okay guys, I'm ready.
Ready to go, Will. Ready to go.
But honestly, that's a horrible feeling, because I don't know if y'all could relate, but have you ever had a instance where you thought you were going somewhere with somebody in the house, and you're ready to go, and then when you're done, the house is empty?
Listen, as a child, you never thought that you're going with your parents and you're running off for your shoes and all kind of things.
And your parents still love you.
Gone.
Yeah, and your parents gone.
But they love you still.
They're coming back.
And you see
your parents coming back.
Like,
they're coming back too.
When Azem, they left the bed in a volcano.
In about 4 months.
They didn't even know if the house gonna be there when they come back. But you think the man in the wheelchair gonna be?
But hey.
Kudos to the people that actually went and rescued this man.
Yeah, for sure.
I am stunned. I am stunned by
Uncle Joe.
What in the world? Y'all left this man in an active volcano zone, an active lava, magma, pyroclastic flow, all these things happening, and now you left the man in a wheelchair, but take the cat. Y'all ain't even left the cat to keep Uncle Joe company. Gavin, you ain't gonna see heaven,
Gavin, everybody, all parents do that there once or twice a week.
So. Gavin said, yeah, I did that to my daughter the other day. She gone for shoes and I done in SP. Wow. Wow.
Hey, actually, right?
I hope your daughter listening.
No, the thing about it, right? People just drop that, they're like, okay, go for your shoes.
Go for your shoes and come back.
Go for your shoes and come back. Daddy done gone. Daddy by the bar, done too deep.
Wow. That what trust me, when I read that story, I had to read that story about 5 times.
To make sure you're getting it right?
Because ain't no way I was reading what I thought I was reading.
Yeah, if that's the case, that is just like wickedness.
It's so many parts of the story that was just like, what? One, they tell the man that they're leaving.
Alright, sure, if I'm enjoying like senile back. That story there is so crazy to me. To me.
Yeah, so
to
somebody
me.
You know why not to me, because I know this
Gavin
world.
is asking if the vehicle wasn't wheelchair accessible.
That don't matter.
It don't matter.
I don't think vehicles in the Caribbean are wheelchair accessible anywhere, but how they transport individuals.
They do have wheelchair accessible vehicles.
Most households
yeah,
don't.
but
no, because most households don't
you
have
would put them, you would just
I'm talking
lift
about
them
households with people that-
into the car, and then you would fold the wheelchair up and put it in a back seat or a trunk, because they could fit in trunks.
But at
and
this
you take the individual stuff.
But at this point, Kevon, like nobody's studying about the wheelchair. We go about the wheelchair when we reach down the hill. However, you know.
That is the point. There is so many things. One, they didn't.
We need to send Gawain this article.
Gawain, they took
Yeah, Gawain, I think I'm gonna send you the article so you could read it. 'Cause it's longer than I read.
Hold on, what website this on? It's
Loop.
like Loop. Okay.
It's a credible website. Man, just pulling things out of media takeout.
If it was something like.
Or like the one that you send me the story from.
No.
It
Like
was
CNN
one.
or something. I could have said, well, maybe this person is looking attention.
No.
Because, for instance, like, why would they not like name the people?
Because maybe he don't want to make his family feel away. I would.
I mean,
me. Who?
Hold on.
Don't
Don't want to make them feel away. What you saying?
Let me tell you something. If my family leave me behind, I call it name, eh?
Calling names, ages, middle, married, everybody gonna be on blast. Okay, I going live.
You need pictures.
Matter of fact, I going live. They tell the man they're leaving for him to prepare. The man just realized everybody packing.
Oh,
so
wait, we going now? Okay.
Let me pack too. Then tell the man they left the house, you know.
How is this scene not just absolutely like hilarious to y'all?
It's funny, but it ain't funny.
My thing is like you
Probably
said, it's
just
funny,
real.
but it's also not funny. I'm glad he's safe, but my big thing is too that they took the cat. Somebody said, where's Mr. Whiskers? Where is Mr. Whiskers?
Don't forget Mr. Whiskers. Don't forget.
Him in the car.
You know, they had to run around the house to find him
ask,
because the cat ain't just
Joe?
come to you. The cat didn't just come to them, you know. They had to run around the house, past the uncle, Uncle Joe to get the cat.
Which is why, for me, he was intentionally left. Because for me, let's say it's a family. Let me see. There's I think they stated how many people. Maybe let me see if I could scan quick. Yes. So Uncle Joe's daughter, her children, and her husband. So there's more than one child, and a husband and a wife, and a cat. So
And
you want
a
to tell
cat.
me they all jumped in the car? Somebody in that car decided to ask, "Where's Mr. Whiskers?" You want to tell me nobody else asked, "Where's Uncle Joe?" I'm pretty sure one of them children probably said, "Where Uncle Joe?" And somebody would have explained, he wanted to stay. Yeah, probably they would, because children, you have to, children. They probably would have told the child, if it's a child that asked, he wanted to stay. Like somebody would have asked for him. So he was intentionally left behind because Mr. Whiskers made it out.
Maybe they just figured out.
Mr. Whiskers if you want to come.
Maybe they just figured out Uncle Joe got wheels and he was gonna come.
So I don't think Wheels and Ash are a good combination.
Maybe he got electric wheelchair. They thought he was gonna be behind them. I just can't believe this to be real. Like, man, like, what kind of people would do this? Like, these people, they need to go to jail. They need to be studied and examined.
We stop stoning people in squares and stuff. We stop using
somebody's referencing this to a fire incident. They're saying this situation is like saying that 3 people are sleeping and there's a fire and one wake up and run out of the house first without alerting the others sleeping. I would accept that I would accept that, but the fact that they were able to grab the cat and go, I just feel like
Mr. Orange or the Orange. Sorry, I don't know if you're a man or a woman. Remember, yes, shot can make you do things, but if you have enough sense to take the cat, I would have understood if he said that the cat and him would be alone.
Okay.
They took the cat,
but
it was intentional.
Not only that.
See, closer, yeah, wait, I agree with you.
Not only that, right?
Yeah.
Not only that. I realize the man say, night come, and then they come, and then night come again, and they still not come for me.
Let's wrap up the show.
Somebody's saying
that ain't a shock.
Exactly.
That ain't a shock.
Somebody said exactly. They did not tell him they were leaving, but he realized they were and started to pack. This don't count for nothing. Something is amiss. Something happened somewhere. He's not calling name because maybe he's guilty of something. If he was loved and accepted, maybe they wouldn't leave him behind. Something about this story. Like, I mean, the story is
odd for real. Being a lie is odd. I just can't understand how you're gonna leave a disabled man in a wheelchair.
I'm telling you, I can't just go with this one version of the story, this one side of the coin.
Uncle John need to give. We need to
the
get.
Story is horrible.
We need to hear from.
But
you know what? We probably going to hear from them. I mean, if my family member said I left them while a volcano is erupting and a new story came out, and this new story circulated widely, because I'm sure.
Not only that, right? I would expect that by now the video of this man telling the story would have been like viral. Like,
let me see if there was a video.
Yeah, there has to be more.
Because y'all know Caribbean people, we are very theatric. And that story will come out with him sitting in a chair, covered in ash, with him telling the story.
Have you listened to the man? Like, listen to the quotes in the thing. The man ain't just say, "I was there for another 2 days before somebody come and find me." The man say,
and he chose an alias.
The man say, "Night come, then they come and the night come again." And I was still like. The man ain't just say, "I went to pack it up." The man say he packing a nice suitcase.
The man chose his best suitcase for the trip.
That didn't even make no sense. Volcano come in again and look for my best suitcase.
The article was very long, but I'm gonna read another excerpt that he said that I didn't mention before. So he said, "What Comrade Ralph said on the radio is the truth. Just look at me. My family decided to evacuate and they just leave me. People feel the old people who stay in the red zone just stubborn and set in their ways. Some, but maybe not all of them. Some want to leave but need help to move around so they can't leave alone. Then you have people like me who are ready to leave and got left behind anyway. Don't believe anything you hear because I wanted to leave, but my family take the cat and leave me."
See, I tell you, the man didn't want. Anyway, we're going to wrap up. We have to wrap up because we have digital dialogues next. You guys can stay tuned after LNT. Don't leave. Like, anyway, too soon.
Bye.
I was about to say something, but too soon.
Make sure your electric wheelchairs are charged because you don't want to be put in the same position like Uncle Joe. No, you just never know. You never know. You think people love you and then they leave you by a volcano to die.
Let me read this quick. So he's saying that he has not heard from his daughter up to Wednesday.
He looking for that still?
And
they don't leave me in a volcano.
He said when this volcano goes back to sleep and the government cleans away the ash, I don't know. I just want to know why. Why will you leave me up there by myself without saying anything? Imagine we have to live in that house together when this finished. It will be tough, yes. But
this ain't making no sense.
But I still
this ain't making no sense.
We're going to continue to talk about it tomorrow.
This ain't making no sense.
Yeah, this is a mystery.
I want us to follow this story because this is kind of like one of them things you just have to scratch your head about because it's like, what? Like,
yeah.
Oh boy.
Hi.
Watch it. This is my thing. Who that be? Hugo?
Hugo, don't shout after us. Wait, ready.
One, I don't believe that this is the full extent of the story. If it is, like I've said, like it's unfortunate and then people wicked.
Yeah.
I just refuse to believe until like proven otherwise that this is a fabrication of some sort.
Yeah.
This can't even be a movie. This year was done Home Alone.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, as I said, we have to wrap up. We have to go because we have digital dialogues next at 10 a.m. Azem, do your quick little outro so Kevon could say what he says. We're not even going to let Amali say what he wants to say today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guys, again, as always, thanks so much for tuning in today. Again, it's Thursday, April 22nd. Enjoy the rest of the day. Have a productive day. Live good with your people. Don't leave nobody in the red zone of any volcanoes.
Any emergencies at all. Please take your people with you, please. No.
Yeah. Look out for those that are most vulnerable among us.
Mm-hmm.
And, really look forward to you guys tuning in with us tomorrow right here on WINN FM 98.9, WINNMedia SKN on Facebook and also on YouTube. Be sure to go and check our Instagram page, ILNT when you get a chance. Like, subscribe, share, comment. All right?
We love you.
We love you. All right.
Remember, because what are you doing? What are we doing? We ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead, chapstick done.
Yes. You can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not mug.